All right. So that was great. Up next, we have got a Mega Man 6 run by ppotdot1 with Terex on commentary. Be a good opportunity for you folks to get some donations in. We've got a Gravity Circuit incentive coming up that is only $60 away. If you want to look at the incentives page, there are a lot of other great incentives left as well. But that one's the one that's coming up the soonest. You might want to get in on that. So tell us a bit about your run.
Hi, my name is ppotdot1, and I love this game. This game's great. I think my fellow commentator Terex will agree with me. 6 is amazing.
I certainly will. It's an amazing game.
But yeah, we have a really fun run here. The story of this game is there's actually someone who is behind the scenes the whole time. It's Mr. X. He's been controlling Wily from the very start. And he's taken over a Robot Master tournament, and now we have to find this true villain and take him down, and make sure that we get everything taken care of here. Have the demo not get past these seals, just gotta showcase that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get this started. Whenever you're ready, Terex, if you want to give me a countdown.
Sure. All right. Go in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, everyone. So, there are a few routes that we can first go through in this game. The quote-unquote main route that, I don't know, 90% of the people use is going to win first. This is a pretty straightforward route compared to a couple others. A lot of the weapons you need you'll get early on anyway. Fighting Windman with Buster is a lot easier than fighting other ones, and you don't necessarily need weapons in this stage to make it faster. It's just a very good Buster stage, specifically. The other routes that people have gone for are Night First, which is pretty comparable, or excuse me, Flame First is what I meant to say, and then Night First is the other one.
Yeah.
I'm so used to saying Night First because that one was my route when I first started.
It's a good route.
It is a good route. Night First is fun. A little more random than the others, but it is doable and is still comparable. We got a bit of an unfortunate death trying to go for clutch jumps. Clutch jumps being where you're trying to slide onto a single tile, which is very difficult in this game because of how this game functions. You can't jump out of slides in this game like you can in other Mega Man games. Instead, it cancels your slide whenever you press the A button. So in order to have very good movement in this game, you have to be very good at being able to double tap every jump or turn around, cancel, and then jump afterwards. So trying to do one tile slides over pits can be very dangerous.
Yeah, get to showcase hey, this is the danger of doing it just slightly wrong.
Yeah.
Alright.
I like showcasing things here.
Yeah, and this is the Windman fight. We're going to be doing the Wind Dance, where every time that you cancel a slide, it charges your charge shot 1 frame faster, so you can get slightly faster boss fights on your first boss fight with this, as long as you do it semi-correctly and you release it good times.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good fight.
1 charge shot early, but not bad.
Yeah. And that actually is another reason why Wind is, technically the fastest. Because you can, of the 3 routes, you can most easily do the dance, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
With this one, you have a lot of room to work with. The flame fight, he throws out a bunch of flame walls that you can't do that with, and the night fight, he just kind of jumps around everywhere. But speaking of flame, he is next. This is a really fun stage. A lot of people will consider this to be one of their favorite stages. It's very, I guess you could, as some people would say, honest. Like, very pure in what you have to do for the stage. A lot of small cancels you have to get used to go quickly. Now, running this game, a lot of people will say this is an easy game to complete, which... Yeah, oh, thanks, Roland. Got it. Shoutouts to Roland, the one Pooker, as the enemy is called.
Yeah.
Who has a name. But, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, Pookers. You shoot them and they go in the way.
It's a relatively easy game, casually.
Yes, thank
is
you.
where you're
It's
at.
a relatively easy game casually. A lot of people say I can agree with that. Running this game though is actually one of the harder games to get used to because the movement in it is so difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Jumped a little too high, saw me, but it's okay.
Yeah, a lot of the strats that you'll see within this
I'm
are
dead.
invisible. Ooh, a
I
little early.
I decided I was gonna avoid getting hit here, and I let go of right for just a little bit too long.
Yeah,
So now the
we get to see a mechanic of the stage.
the oil actually stays lit on fire between deaths, so I have to be a little bit more careful about how I get through.
Yep. But we're through, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Well, onto the Flame Man fight. Using Windstorm is his weakness. This game goes completely in weakness order for its routing compared to some other Mega Man games. The great thing about Windstorm in this context is that it goes through the it goes through the flame walls, and no other weapon does that. The flame walls are invulnerable otherwise.
Yeah, it's what makes the Buster fight, like, even without the dance factor, having to shoot over the flame walls makes it a little bit trickier to do. You can still get the good shots in if you have good positioning on your shots, but it's just a bit trickier to aim and hit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but consistency is a lot less.
Yeah.
And we're on to my favorite stage and my favorite Robot Master in the series, Blizzard Man. Hey, you got the first seal. Congratulations.
Ah!
The second one, though. Take it back.
Yeah, I've been trying to do the better, do a little bit faster strat on the second seal, and I just couldn't press buttons. My thumb just refused to press 3 buttons in a row.
So something that's very unique to how this game handles ice, because obviously this is an ice physics stage, but with Mega Man 6 not being able to jump out of slides, that means you have 2 ways to actually traverse against the ice. If you try to turn around, you'll end up boomeranging back. You'll just head straight back to where you came from on the ice. But if you hit A first, you'll continue your forward momentum.
Nice. Just trying to be safe, and game ate my turn.
Yeah, it happens. Alright, you have a second shot at that seal.
Ah!
Unless the wall eats it. That's also a possibility. But as you saw right there, in order to get that turnaround on the camera, as we call it, you try to do a cancel there and then turn around, and that will preserve your forward momentum while you can still get a reverse damage boost on it.
Yeah, the ice physics in the stage. Normally, when you end a slide, you come to a complete stop. Ice physics keep your momentum.
Oh, bomb skip. Are you doing bomb skip? We forgot.
No. Not at this point.
Out of this, that's true, yeah. So at the end of this stage, just to explain that, there is a infamous trick that I go for and you should not go for, which is called bomb skip, where here at the front of the boss gate, you can actually slide underneath that final bomb and have a sub-pixel appear, and it bounces you inside of the boss gate without having to wait for these bombs to explode. However, the sub-pixel is not guaranteed to be there. It changes completely based on how you move through the entire stage. All sorts of factors go into it, so you just kind of have to go for it and hope that it's there. If you get it, you save 4 seconds. If you don't, you die and lose 40 to 50 seconds.
Alright, nice 2-roll pattern, thank you.
If 2 rolls is good. Blizzard has a couple of attack patterns there where he can either ski forward, roll at you, or fire snowflakes. And you're hoping that he does a lot of snowflakes, because that means that you can continuously hit him. Otherwise, when he rolls at you, he's just invulnerable and wastes a lot of time. So we like to count how many rolls he gives us, because that's a fight that can either go really fast or take a long time for no reason.
Alright, Plants. Plants is a tough stage in a lot of ways. There's a lot of mashing, there's a lot of like precise positioning for your movement, and then the last screen is pretty notorious, the platform screen.
Yeah.
For killing runs.
Ooh, nice first screen.
Thanks.
Yeah, this stage is, I'd say, among the top 3 hardest stages in the game. It's very scary and very difficult to get through it quickly. It is a very good example of why we use Flame Blast in most stages in this game, because Flame Blast does 4 damage to most everything, and you can fire it quickly. The Gorilla Tanks have 24 health and go down very quickly with Flame Blast, otherwise you would be sitting there for quite a while trying to mash it down.
Forgot to shoot, it's fine.
It's fine. There we go.
Yeah,
Got the hard one.
Easy one jump gorilla, second one.
Hard Gorilla.
That
Yeah,
one's the easy one.
Alright, I'm gonna be quiet here just for a moment.
Okay. I'm gonna extra bounce here a little bit.
Yep. I don't doubt that. That looked just a little far left.
Yeah.
But still got through it. And well done. So, to explain that, we have what we call plant forms in the middle of that, which were those like vertical platforms with a circle on it that he was jumping on. You're supposed to shoot that circle to open up the platform. Oh, we got a good... It's like
Streamer!
Never mind.
Streamer!
But those platforms, you're supposed to shoot them open so that you can actually walk on them. But if you don't, you can actually jump on them and have 6 frames to actually jump off of them. Only you have to do that multiple times in a row. So that screen becomes very sketchy in most runs. Now, as far as the Plantman fight went, it's one of, like, probably the only glitch, if we want to call it a glitch, within the game.
Yeah, it's,
basically... Go ahead.
If you're standing in the direct middle of Plantman when he chooses to do his like run to you pattern, he checks like he basically it like overflows and he does a max distance run as opposed to running to where your position is at, since it doesn't know exactly where you're at. Yeah. So I would say the game gets confused, but Orsa would yell at me.
He would. And that glitch can actually be done technically on Blizzardman and Nightman as well. However, the only reason we do it with Plantman is because Plantman has 2 things that he does. He runs, or I guess 3 technically. He runs, puts up a shield, and then jumps and throws the shield afterwards. But that's it. It's a guaranteed pattern always. So you can guarantee that he's going to have a run cycle. In order for this trick to work, they have to be on a run cycle.
Yeah, so it doesn't work with jump pattern bosses, and it doesn't work like if they choose to do something else. So Plant's the only one that is reliable enough to do it on.
Yep. I have seen it happen with Blizzard, I have seen it happen with Knight, it's just, you know, you got lucky if it did.
Yep.
Because they are not guaranteed to do that action next.
Alright, bonus slide.
Fighting Tomahawk can be a little tricky because you have exact ammo to fight him with. He's not going to jump? Alright, he's going to jump into the corner, which I guess faster, technically.
Yeah, it's technically a little faster. In Mega Man 6, it's most optimal for bosses to die in either the left or right hand corners, since there's not a the fanfare doesn't begin from like when all the bubbles leave the screen like they do in 3 and 4. It's from a timer from when the boss dies. And so you cut out a little bit of lag, defeating them in the corners. And then it is slightly faster if you end on the right-hand side, because then you get to jump against the right-hand wall and reduce a little bit of extra lag. Why this happens, the taskers don't know. So,
but it is.
It's a thing that happens if you're able to run and jump against the right-hand wall.
We're into Yamato's stage. I know we kind of talked over Tomahawk Man stage, but that's actually probably one of the most straightforward stages in the game. Pretty flat, and you just kind of slide through it. Yamato Man stage is kind of short. Probably the easiest stage in the game. You'll see that we're going to swap right here to Jet and take an alternate route. The game actually has 4 alternate routes so that you can grab Beat the bird, and you have to take the alternate route in order to do that. It just so happens that the alternate route on Yamato Man stage is faster than if you went the other way by 4 screens. Yeah, I don't blame you. You can actually reverse damage boost on that guy, but it requires you flying up near the spikes and getting a little close to them. So
yeah, I figure for this one, enough stuff has gone wrong. I'm just gonna take it safe.
Yeah. Yamato Man does 2 things, which makes him the most predictable boss to do as you take a hit immediately.
I know, right? Somebody call fast at CC.
Yeah, he wants P words with you. The reason that he's predictable is because the bosses, at least as far as the Robot Masters are concerned, they cannot do the same action more than twice in a row. Except for Nightman, he's the one exception of the 8.
Yeah, Nightman does what he wants.
Nightman does what he wants. But the other 7, they can only do the same thing twice in a row. So if, for Yamato Man, since he only has 2 things, he throws the spear or he jumps. Only those 2 things are in his patterns. So if he jumps twice, you know he's going to throw a spear guaranteed next, or if he throws twice, he's going to jump next guaranteed. So you can kind of predict where he's going to be at compared to other bosses.
Alright, ceiling. Nice.
Woo, got it. That is one of, if not the hardest movement trick in the game to do. Getting through the night ceiling, the spike ceiling, is very hard to do without stopping. And without taking damage.
Yeah, the super slide skip version of the room is definitely among the hardest of the strats in this game, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Heckin' GDQ drop.
I'm gonna have to get you to do A cancels there, so that you, like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Nice man, nerds.
Thank you. My favorite enemy.
Indeed.
Got a good opportunity to butt in here for a moment because we've had a donation come in. We've got Eternal Red Gamer dropping $25 US. So they say Mega Man 6 is the first Mega Man game that I played. I received it for Christmas as a kid. It turned into one of my favorite franchises of all time. Best luck to all in the Mega Man block. Buster up. And they say to please put this towards the Gravity Circuit incentive. So there you go, $25. Thank you very much, Eternal Red Gamer, for the donation.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's our favorite game as well, as it turns out.
Yes.
What a coincidence. I love this game.
I love this game. Tried to see if Nightman would give me the pattern there, but he decided to run at me at the start, which is fine. It's a good pattern.
Yep.
If he does a very specific thing, then you can get him to throw his mace ball through the wall and get him stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's another glitch, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the few.
Yep.
I say one of the few because this game is too well coded.
It is too
And by
well
that
programmed.
we mean it's too well programmed and held together by the strongest Scotch tape you've ever seen.
Yep. If you
It is,
change
notoriously-
anything, then the whole game breaks wide
Yeah.
open. But
It is
with the way
notoriously hard to make ROM hacks of.
down one.
Centaur Man stage, more
Down
difficult
two.
stage as well. We'll see if you get the underwater ceiling here. Nice. Very scary strat to go for that.
The 2P1C strat. I mean, it's so easy. You can do it with 2 players on 1 controller.
True. True.
I'm down 2, so I'm gonna have to do some stuff differently here.
Just wait for the Metroids, maybe.
Well, I fixed it in the sub screen.
Okay.
Let me up! Let me
Going
up!
for it. He's going for it. There it is. So specifically what he's trying to do there is a ladder jump. For some reason, if you climb down a ladder, you have some standing frames when you get to the bottom of it. You have 4, if I remember right, if you just hold down. If you hold the diagonal, it goes up to 12 for some reason.
Yep.
This game is really specific on what it has in it. But if you do that, let go of your climbing direction, and then jump, you can jump off of those standing frames, which gets you up the ladder a few frames faster. Good fight.
Thank you. It would theoretically get you up the ladder a few frames faster if you didn't miss 8 times.
Yes, yes. That's one of those things that you can go for a ladder jump in many different spots of the run, but if you miss any one of them, you lost more time than you would have ever gained going for them.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get all of them, and then if you miss one time, it's like, well, I guess I just lost time going for them.
Yep. But they're fun.
They are fun to do.
X1, shortest stage in the game. Super, super short. But with a couple of scary tricks too. I'm going to swap to Jet early on to get up the ladders fast. Then we'll see about going for a quick Jet.
Oops. Nice. Late jump. It's fine.
Did quick Jet. Quick Jet being you jump in front of that cannon pillar and just mash it out while you hover in front of it. It's not that easy to do.
And then fast
Yeah,
window.
fast window. That's the real one that's hard. And it saves a half second
30
to go for it.
frames. Overdoing the like the regular puzzle of the room. Nice uber late jump, last grasshopper.
You're welcome for this room.
Thank you. Yeah.
man, the
We used to
tiredness
swap
of
to
that
Buster
wood.
for that room, but Terex found out that it's faster to not.
Yep, because swapping weapons in this game
Oops.
takes a full second going in and a full second going out, plus the time to menu to them. So swapping to Buster and back to Power Suit, and then again to Flame Blast for this boss eats up a lot of time. So I tried just staying on Power Suit only, and it saved like a second on average, if I remember right. Just because you're not swapping as much.
Yeah. Okay.
Good mashing at least.
Felt a little weird, but we still got all the things, so it's fine.
Yep.
And the completely safe bridge, where if you just walk across, you make it across fine, like there's no danger. But it's sort of, it can cancel your slides, so you have to mash your slides to get through a little faster. Early shot? Okay.
Okay. So you're down 1 from normal?
Yep.
Which is not a big deal yet.
Third Met turned around because I was too slow. We'll just hit every shot here.
Yeah, exactly. On the most random boss in the game. This is Power Piston. Power Piston goes up the wall, and then he goes down the wall. When that happens, no one knows. Good luck hitting all your shots. And that's the fight. Luckily, though, you still have enough ammo to still complete the game without needing to pick up anything extra.
Yep. I missed a couple early on because he was a little bit mean. He gave me leftmost rock right away, which makes you have to, like, guess at where he's going to be instead of, like hedging your bets based off of, like, where he's currently at.
Yep.
But got through all right.
On to X3, and X3 is the most jet-heavy game, stage within the game. The good majority of it is using this weapon. Or form, I should say.
Okay, sure.
Do we need to have a roll in 2, Papot?
No.
No? Okay, good.
Okay, we're fine.
Alright, it's fine. Everything's fine.
We're fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I wasn't worried at all.
Almost flipped through the thing, it's fine.
Not even close.
And we're gonna swap back to Jet again for the last part of the stage.
Too low, it's fine.
It's fine. And now we're into Matongersy. This is the fight that everybody asks us, how do we do it? And the answer is, we don't know.
Yeah, Terex and I just have, like, an understanding of what this boss is gonna do instinctually.
Yeah, I was like, call it intuition, I guess, but like, he's gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna go back there.
He did it
But
on
did
the second
it
one.
slow. Yeah. So he can move forward or back. It can be fast or slow. He shoots out either bouncing balls or straight ones, and all of it is random. When we fight it, like, we have like an internal flowchart just based on having done it for years,
Mm-hmm.
but we have no way of like voicing.
I
what that
can't really
flowchart
describe,
is.
like... It was either gonna be, like, really fast dash forward or, like, the low speed forward. Like, he wasn't... Basically, I knew he wasn't gonna go backwards, is my thought process for that.
And I thought he was gonna go slow back. I still got slow, but, you know, from a lot of my runs, he goes slow back after he goes slow forward.
Oh.
But, like, there's so many specific situations that it's so hard to,
Yeah.
to say it. Now this is X4, we're about halfway through it, but this is the hardest stage in the game, like, without question. And the scariest.
Yeah, whole stages, pits.
Indeed it is. It's not a great stage.
It's a good stage. It's
That
just
is,
the
right?
pits.
It's just the pits.
Check the ending safe. This is not enough health.
It is not. You are 2 under. So you can do this fight with 2 different weapons. You can either do it with Flame Blast, which is the real weakness, or you can do it with Power Suit. Power Suit's the easier way to do it. Flame Blast is faster, but it requires several damage boosts. So you have to make sure... Oop. Okay, I didn't want to interrupt. You have to make sure that you have enough health to actually do that fight. Fail D!
Failed E! Also, it was Wily the whole time! Can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
We've been
My
fooled.
mind is blown.
So now we're going to Dr. Wily's second castle of the run. He built 2 just in case.
It did. He did. Indeed he did. This is going to be the next stage that uses a lot of jet in it. But this one is actually for falling instead of climbing.
Make sure that we use Jet at the right time to take the shortcuts.
Yeah, this is one that even with having to swap to, you know, power suit and then back, it's much faster to take this route than to go the quote-unquote normal way. Going through that way puts you through spots where you have to jet, like, over spikes very slowly, and then get to a pit on the other side, and fall down further, so it takes up a lot of time. We're coming up to Mechasaurus, which is by far the worst boss in this game. Like, words cannot describe how bad doing this boss is.
It's because the boss's hitbox is too small for how fast spears move.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
You got two. You got
A couple
two
doubles in there, yeah.
It should have been four, because but it ate some of them. So like you said, the boss's hitbox is only 4 pixels wide. The Yamato Spear travels at 6 pixels per frame, so it has dead frames whenever it hits it. So sometimes you'll see him just eat the shots, and you can do nothing about it. So going fast on that boss is impossible.
Unless you're my PB.
Yeah. Wily 2 is a pretty short stage, but got one of the scariest strats within the entire game, actually. Coming up, we got more Mad Nerds. And what you want to do is... The fastest way is to shoot 2 windstorms on them, and then slide on the platform. However, the biggest problem with the windstorm is that while it's carrying the enemy away, the hitbox is still active for the enemy.
Yep.
So you can't just jump on top of the platform and live. They'll still knock you off the edge.
Also, Windstorm is very laggy.
Yes.
So you don't want to use it a lot if you don't have to.
The only reason that we do it here is because the boss's weakness is Windstorm for some reason.
Yeah. Deal half of its damage before it's fully on screen.
Yep. Very tricky fight. You do it very quickly compared to other bosses. You kind of get a dance going on with it. A big rhythm, but very tricky to get used to. Wily 3 actually has a bunch of stuff ahead of it before you get into the refights, so you do have to be careful here. We're going to pick up a couple of refills for Silver Tomahawk, because we will need them to fight Yamato Man, and for fighting Wily in the final stage. Because all 3 forms of Wily as the final boss are weak to Tomahawk.
Alright, and then we're in our classic 8 capsules refights room. Go through the bosses again, see what the luck we get here is.
1.
2.
2. Nope. 2. 2 on each. That's great.
Yep, 4 rolls total is above average.
Yeah. I used to say, and you might still say it, but I used to say 2 rolls per fight was the average. I now say 4 rolls is the average. I get terrible Blizzard luck now for some reason.
5 rolls for the whole game I would consider to be average.
That's fair. Getting a 3 roll and a 2, yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah. Tomahawk throw twice? Really? This guy is mean.
Tomahawk gets very scary to fight, because again, you have exact ammo to kill him with, and if he gets near an edge, when he throws his attacks off screen, he attacks much faster than you're expecting. So you have to be like on your toes whenever he gets close to an edge. think you were pausing still inside.
Yeah, I was a little bit inside of him when I paused there.
Yep. You want to make sure that you're pausing inside of the bosses here, rather than in the middle of the hub. Especially between Windman and Centaur Man, because for some reason when you pause there, we have the 3 years pause, as we call it.
Yeah.
It just pauses an extra long time for no reason in that exact spot. So it's better to just do them while you're inside each. Ah, dang.
That looked like it's
A little far
rebounded
left
it.
for me. Oh,
Like it might not
off
work
the
in the
wall?
refights.
Maybe. Well, that would make sense because it's a boss gate
Yeah.
that's going through versus the wall. Alright, we're gonna try and set up this trick again.
Streamer!
I already know that it can't work. But despite that, getting 5 hits in before another cycle happens is still much faster than if you just did, you know, one per cycle.
Streamer! I'm just upset at myself.
You have exact ammo. And you got the pot jump.
I did.
Imagine that, getting the pot jump. That jump is a lot harder than it looks. Like, you have to jump, like, absolutely on the very edge to make it across, otherwise you just fall down, all the way down. You have to make sure that we have to walk off of this edge here, because for some reason when you slide off of it, it makes it so you cannot go into this alcove to grab the ammo.
Yep. Alright, I have 1 extra shot, not 2.
Right. And we're coming up on the final boss fight here. So time will be soon.
There's my 1 extra. And there it goes. Okay, whatever. Alright,
So yeah,
5.
we're trying to save tomahawks to hit all 3 phases with. If you have Night Crusher, it's a secondary weakness. Otherwise, you use Power Suit and hope that he comes low enough to hit him with it.
Get down! I might have just wanted to stay on the left side there and
There we go, time.
just finish him with the off screen, but it's fine. It's fine.
Well, GG.
Mega Man just carries around rope for these moments.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 8 other weapons in him at any given time. I think rope is fair enough to have.
Boy, I sure am glad I killed Rope Man the other week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we throw Wily in jail, and he's permanently in jail after this. There's no other games in the series,
Nope.
including not one coming up immediately after this run.
Yeah, they definitely didn't make an 8th game. Mega Man 6 was the peak.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, GG on that run, though. That was a sight to see. I mean, you've beaten this entire game in the time that it would take me to actually get through one of the stages.
It's a fun game. It's not as hard as you might think. Like to start off, like you can get a pretty decent time pretty quickly if you're interested in the run. Like when you're pushing for the highest level of stuff, that's when it gets to be really difficult. But like you can get a pretty good time without a lot of effort, I would say. So if you're interested, we would love to have you join the Mega Man 6 community. We're very happy to help out in any way that we can. Terex has a beginner tutorial that you can check out to learn some more stuff. And we're both willing to answer any questions that you have at any time. Would love to see more
Except
people
for
running this
Tonga
game.
Z.
Yeah, we'll try to answer Matonga Z as best we can. It may not be the answer you're looking for, but we'll yeah.
I just love chilling to the music in these games. Every single Mega Man game has just the most fire soundtrack to it.
Yeah, it's got some good
Big
tunes.
agree.
So yeah, as we enjoy the tunes and this nice all the bosses end scene that you get, we've got more Mega Man coming up. I know we just said they didn't make any more games, but it says here on the schedule that we've got Chill Dragoon and Mr. Cab 55
Yo, they made
playing
some
Mega
DLC.
Man 8, and
What?
that's 2 higher than Mega Man 6. So I
DLC
have a
Mega Man
feeling
games,
that's
I'll
gonna
take
be
it.
good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You might be clowning around with me right now.
Imagine NES era DLC Mega Man games. It's just like, here's a cartridge you plug into your cartridge and it gives you a whole extra game.
I mean, isn't that what the Famicom disk system was?
I don't think we ever got that here.
Yeah, I don't think we got it in the States, but I think that's kind of, sort of, a thing that they could do.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the really cool peripherals and stuff never came over here.
We got the Power Glove.
All right, well,
On to the next one.
actually, yeah, the Power Glove is sick. But on that note, yeah, we've got to get some setup going for this upcoming Mega Man race. That's why it's 2 runners. So thank you again for showing off how great you are at this great game.
Thanks. I'm glad I was able to showcase being at least pretty good at it. Some of my early game was a little maybe jittery, but we got through it and then we got through fine, so it's good.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to get some donations in while we go to a brief intermission, I'll be glad to read those once we're back with the next game.